Cool. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We're starting the Ignite call today. It is September 23rd, Monday, and got a few things on the agenda today. So let's talk about release stuff. So the O6 branch has been quite the challenge to work with. As we've talked about on this call before, we probably released Containerd as a default a little prematurely. After getting that in front of enough users, as well as the new maintaining team, we found that there were some pretty notable networking challenges, as well as some runtime issues that we've solved with heuristics. We expect the 0.6.1 release to go to the 0.6 branch today, and that will include change to CNI. That the only speculative thing that I have here is, should we have an upgrade heuristic just cherry picked to the release branch? Something that's not included in the 0.7 branch. This being that we have our CNI conf list, and we don't have the firewall plugin in there. Anybody who's tried to use the Containerd functionality, it's already broken. So should we have something in there that automatically fixes it? Or should we just not do that? That'd be my only question. What do you think? Oh, Chanwid, are you talking or you're just thinking? You might be, I think you've muted yourself, yeah. Cool. In Zoom.
Sorry, yeah, I'm reading the agenda, and I think 0.6 is pretty much stable. I mean, usable in that sense, and there's one bug left that you like to discuss. I'm not sure the.
Yeah, I suppose there's the other bug is the CNI stop.
Yeah, to delay. I went through the code, and I'm not sure that.
Yeah, I can't tell why that's not happening.
Oh, you got some time to look at?
I did look at it. It wasn't immediately clear to me why that would ever happen. But I think it's reasonable to assume that a Firecracker VM could stop for many other reasons that were not through Ignite, and that on removal, we should probably hit the CNI network one more time to make sure that it's removed properly, even if it's not calling, or maybe remove should just always call stop. So those would be the two things, but that's a bug that doesn't have to go into 0.6.1. We don't have to hit that immediately.
Okay.
Because it's really not breaking if there's some IP tables forward or NAT chains sitting around.
If later we're gonna implement the Ignite, I think we can put some kind of GC similar to what Kubernetes has to do to checking every, I don't know, 2 minutes or 10 minutes to see if we could remove, some kind of something left into the IP table, just like that.
Network cleanup.
I don't know.
I think that's fair if we decide that Ignite D, if we only support one per network namespace. Because you could run multiple Ignite Ds in the same network namespace with different configures. And that would probably work.
I think Ignite D would. I haven't.
It's a thing.
I have been thinking about running multiple instance of Ignite D, so that's surprising.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe no cleanup. It's something we can think about, but it's really not consequential if there's a couple of chains that are left behind.
So
that's certainly a bug. We have a documented bug for it, so it's not a big deal.
And I'm not sure, but is it possible to do another 05 release?
Yeah, we can. What do we need it for?
I hit some bug with another project, and I like to have the SSH wait backport to 05 branch, and I got a PR there because I think I feel that, but I haven't tested is truly yet, but I'm gonna do it today and verify that if this backport could help me. Get
that sounds great. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. We can backport that.
Yeah, I think I got the PR there already, so I think.
Okay.
And so another thing, or we could talk about what Nigel, what Nathan is going to contribute.
I did put that on the agenda, but let's talk about the 07 breaking changes first.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll get the 06 one release out. Did you have an opinion on the upgrade heuristic for the CNI breaking change, the firewall thing in 06.1? Should we just not even include that and just tell people to?
Yeah, that one. And
we can just say remove the Ignite or remove the CNI configs, but yeah.
Okay, and people want to. People still hit some bugs about the subnet overlapping.
Yeah, that'll be in 07.
We could put that into a docs as well.
Yeah. Okay, doc update for the subnet overlap for 06. Less than 06.1. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
That 07?
The 07 breaking change is that we realized the CNI config that we were shipping in 06 is just, it's flawed in that it uses the same bridge name as a bunch of examples.
Right.
And it also uses a subnet that can be consumed by Docker. I've linked the issue here, which is well documented. And we're planning to basically just change this completely and just ask that anybody who's using 07 just update their CNI. And that's basically the only reason we're changing the version number. So that's going to be the only thing in that release. The 06.1 portion is the big release with all the bug fixes, and then 07 will be based on that. So.
And I think my plan is to add a new binary, Ignite VK, which is going to be the virtual kubelet, and we talked about this, that it's going to be great to have it as a separated binary, not built into Ignite because you want Ignite to be a bit more standalone without Kubernetes dependency.
That's
so
also fair. So
so it's going to be Ignite VK and yeah, we're gonna have for I don't know what
okay.
Do you have a rough plan for 07? I mean, just we just like we just name a date like 1 month later or 1.5. I think having a at least a name milestone, I think is going to be great for us to have a fixed milestone and some kind of release date of 07.
We're gonna probably cut 07 like today or tomorrow just for the CNI fix. Would probably.
Oh, I see. So you're gonna be a quick. There's gonna be a quick fix.
Yeah, we probably
but
should
breaking
move
change.
the 07
Okay, then,
milestone.
Then please just I think so we're just gonna have Ignite VK in 08. That's gonna be that's gonna be better. Okay.
Yeah, so 07 release will also cut today or tomorrow with CNI breaking.
With CNI breaks.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Cool. So that's release stuff for the project. And does anyone have any opinions aside from what's discussed there? If so, please just modify the agenda and speak up about it, and we'll definitely accommodate any project concerns there.
Hey Lee, this is Mark. Just a quick question on that. What else is going into 7? It sounds like just the CNI change.
I think I would be fine with 07 basically as just holding the CNI change and then any new features going into 08.
Okay. My only thought being that seems like a lot of releases and it might get more confusing than simplifying. And if we were just say that the Ignite VK, the focus of the 7 release is Ignite VK and the breaking CNI change. I don't know. It's just a thought because now we have 5, 6, 7.
In your opinion, Mark, do you think since the CNI implementation is mostly broken for 06, should we just release the breaking CNI change to the 06 release branch?
I might have done that just since it is, like you said, it's already broken there. But I don't know what the adoption level is for 6 for people. I don't know if most people
I would say we haven't really heard of many people using 6, mostly just reporting issues on the fact that it's broken. So
I might try and do that in 6, but I don't know what do the other people on the team on the call think.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with CNI change put back into 6 as well. Yeah.
Should we include it in 06.1 or 06.2?
Let's get 6.1 out, and then unless it's already broken in 6.1, and if somebody has to do something to get it to work in 6.1, then we should put it in 6.1. Otherwise, I'd say 6.1 is ready to go, right? And
okay,
I'd release that into a 6.2 with that fix.
Let's just put it into 6.1.
Yeah, I understand what Lee concerned about this, Mark, because he doesn't want to release a point release with breaking change. This is what we discussed.
I mean, yes, I think that is generally the right rule. But pragmatically, if you're not going to break anyone's code because it's already broken,
Yeah. That's what
fine to do. And I don't think there's a lot of people they're going to have. It's all about violating expectations. And if people expect it to continue to work and it doesn't, then that's problematic. But in this case, I think that's less likely since there's already quite a bit in networking broken here. And this is just another fixing 6 networking.
I think it's fair to say that on machines with a very specific configuration, the 061 or the 060 release will work with like the Ubuntu shipped containerd, and it would work with a very permissive IP table setup. But that's not the default. So, and then changing the bridge name altogether and the subnet is significant, because if anyone's running VMs, like even for the Docker CNI implementation, which was working, their IPs are going to change. So, and the CNI network plugin was the default, and it was working with Docker on a default Ubuntu installation because of Docker's IP tables tricks. So it's like not a simple, like it's broken. It's broken for most people with the containerd runtime, which is the default.
Would the CNI change that we're introducing here break people for whom it was not broken before?
Yes, because the CNI configuration would have a new because it wouldn't touch their CNI config. So the default CNI that would be installed would now be different than the 06 default, but since it's already installed on their machine and running, it would not touch it.
Right.
But if they were to reinitialize stuff, their IPs would be in a new subnet.
Which seems fine. I mean, that doesn't seem like a giant, you've reinitialized things. I feel like you can make a case either way, but I mean, what I would do at this point is just get a fix out in the simplest way possible, because I don't think you're breaking a lot of people.
Yeah, I think
that's just my thinking.
The conversation about so if we don't implement any kind of upgrade heuristic, then we're not touching the CNI config at all, which means we can probably safely put it out on 061 and not break anybody's running VMs if they keep using it. So that's probably fair. I think we can do an 061. So that'll be the decision. Thanks for that. So that means that the Ignite VK stuff can still be scheduled for 07. And then we don't have so many numbers that people have to see. So then we leave that backport. Okay. So now we can move on from release stuff. Nathan, did you just want to talk about some of the things that you're picking up?
I mean, about the issues?
Yeah. So now that we're on the call and the recording has started, I put you in here for the things you wanted to chat about.
About the VM list filtering and the standard preflight command?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want that I give you some details about my implementation?
Yeah. Or just a little update and any problems you're running into.
I got no problems, but the VM filtering, I just started to work as Lucas suggested on the Golang template, because if you click the issue on the GitHub project, some people just suggested to make the filtering on giving a key and the value that they expect, but Lucas suggested to give a template. So I started on this work, and I think that I will open up here maybe this evening or tomorrow.
Cool.
So, yep. And for the standard preflight command, I just picked it like 10 minutes ago, so I have no idea how I will do the work.
Cool. Thanks for picking up those things.
No problem.
Hopefully, just let us know anything we can do to keep contributing fun, and just make sure that you're getting any help that you need. Because, definitely want to show our appreciation. And thanks for picking up those issues. So,
No problem.
then the final bit here, Dieter did not end up joining the call. I think he's probably just not available. But he tweeted about this last night, and I thought it was super cool, which is if you click through the tweet, I guess I will share my screen really quick, just so that we have it on the recording. So hopefully everyone can see this. And wow, there is a lot of windows part of the Zoom. But yeah, the AWS Firecracker team has this PR that they are considering that adds support to Firecracker for this JIC v2 chip. And I looked this up. It's a generic interrupt something. It's part of the Raspberry Pi 4 hardware. And apparently when something like this does get merged and the maintainers asked for a little bit of an interface change, apparently the Raspberry Pi is using an older version of this interface, and the ARM support that's merged into Firecracker supports v3, so this is a fallback. Once this is in, we should be able to update our docs, bump our Firecracker version that we are vendoring into the Ignite Spawn container, and then it should work on a Raspberry Pi. So we'll have Ignite support for common hardware setup that people have. I did have questions, but yeah, this was the PDF about like this interrupt controller and how it's implemented. And I'm curious about like whether or not the 4B Raspberry Pi is the only model that supports this chip, what the support matrix is there, since it's a really common thing for people to be playing with this like cloud native infrastructure type tooling. We are gonna at some point, probably in the 07 release, have some docs updates that point users on how to use Ignite with a Raspberry Pi. So in previous releases, Lucas already shipped ARM64 support. So we should be good as far as coverage for the Ignite build and artifacts. We shipped those for our 05 release. And yeah, at some point we'll have to create issues for this. So I thought that was interesting to bring up. Hopefully next time Dieter can join us and talk about these things. So did anyone have any questions or comments on this topic? I don't know much. Cool. All right. Well, if nobody's got anything else, then I guess just going back to our agenda, as a recap, we will do the 061 release containing the CNI breaking change today. Planned is that our 07 release milestone will include Ignite VK as a separate binary. We'll ship the SSH wait backport so that the 05 release branch can use that properly without erroring out with race conditions. Najil is working on VM list filtering and the standalone pre-flight command. Thanks for picking up those issues. we'll ship them whenever they're ready. And then, all of the buzz on Twitter about the Firecracker support for the Raspberry Pi 4 is really interesting, and hopefully we'll get that in a future release. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm going to stop the recording now. So.